The drone's camera locks onto three enemy soldiers hiding beneath the trees. They're trying to blend into the shadows, thinking the foliage will protect them, but the operator keeps perfect control. The FPV glides closer, slipping through branches until the targets fill the screen. A precise strike follows, scattering debris and silence across the spot. The pilot circles back, confirming 3 neutralized targets. Another flawless example of Ukrainian precision and focus. Calm, calculated, and devastatingly accurate. The FPV drone dives straight toward the target, hitting it with pinpoint precision. The moment is quick and sharp. Then we see the slow-motion replay, showing the drone's accuracy in every frame. A perfect strike, clean and controlled. The drone approaches silently over the water, locking onto its target, a boat packed with enemy soldiers. They seem unaware, moving slowly along the river until the FPV dives straight in. The strike is instant and precise, sending a wave across the surface. For a brief moment, the water ripples, then falls still again. Another clear reminder that there are no safe places left, not on land and not on water. The drone races low across the ground, closing in on a vehicle filled with Russian soldiers. The truck has an open top, there's nowhere to hide, no time to react. Within seconds, the FPV connects directly, detonating right inside. The sudden blast leaves no room for escape, freezing the moment mid-motion. What began as movement turns instantly into silence, another reminder of how fast everything ends once the drone locks on. The FPV drone speeds across the field, locking tightly onto its target. The soldier barely notices what's coming before the screen flashes white from the impact. The strike hits with full force, a single, decisive moment that ends instantly. The camera catches the aftermath through dust and motion blur, the result impossible to mistake. It's another reminder of the precision and power these drones carry, leaving no room for recovery once the target is marked. The footage comes from a Ukrainian soldier's chest camera. An incoming FPV drone rushes toward him, closing in fast, but he reacts instantly, firing and knocking it out mid-air. The warhead falls just meters from a nearby vehicle and doesn't detonate. A calm move, a lucky break, and flawless reflexes. The FPV drone moves steadily through the air, flying just above the tree line toward a shallow trench hidden in the small patch of forest. The operator already knows what's waiting below. 4 enemy soldiers gathered close together, thinking they are safe inside the narrow dugout. There are barely any branches above them, so every motion is visible on camera. The drone keeps its altitude, making a gentle approach, the sound of the rotors almost blending with the wind. Then, without hesitation, the pilot sends it directly into the target. The moment of impact is sharp and loud. The screen fills with a flash, followed by thick clouds of dust and smoke spreading through the trench. For a few seconds, the camera can barely see anything, only the outlines of trees and the disturbed earth. As the view clears again, one of the soldiers is no longer there. It's impossible to tell if he managed to crawl away or if the explosion caught him at the center. 3 others remain inside the hole, still alive but barely moving. Their shapes are faint, shifting slowly, clearly injured and disoriented. One of them tries to lift his arm, another drags himself a few inches deeper into cover, but there's nowhere left to hide. The FPV hovers at a distance while the pilot marks coordinates for a follow-up strike. Within moments, a second drone enters the area, this one carrying a small drop munition. From above, the operator steadies the aim, corrects for the wind, and releases. The bomb falls almost silently and lands exactly where the first drone struck. The detonation is smaller but equally precise, sending dirt and leaves scattering through the frame. After the explosion, only faint movement remains. The drone circles slowly, checking the trench again. 3 figures lie motionless, one barely twitching before going still. The pilot doesn't rush. He keeps recording, confirming the results in silence. It's another example of how Ukrainian drone crews work with patience and coordination, identifying, striking, verifying. No wasted motion, no panic, just control and focus from start to finish. What began as 4 hidden soldiers ends with a single quiet frame, 3 motionless forms, a cloud of dust, and the steady sound of the FPV hovering overhead. The footage comes from a Russian soldier's chest camera. He's riding a quad bike with another fighter across an open field, the engine humming beneath them. Suddenly, a flash appears ahead, an FPV drone closing in fast. There's no time to react. The drone hits the vehicle directly, tearing through the frame and shaking the camera violently. The screen flickers, the rider falls to the ground, the sound of the damaged engine echoing in the background. His breathing becomes heavy. The shot is chaotic, filled with dust and confusion. The second soldier runs toward him, trying to help, shouting something over the noise. But the quad is already destroyed, pieces scattered around. The camera tilts to the side, showing a broken wheel spinning slowly in the dirt. Then the recording cuts out, one more reminder of what happens when FPV drones catch their target off guard. The drone approaches low and steady, locking onto a tank standing still near the tree line. The vehicle looks massive and secure, its armor glinting under the light. But that doesn't mean safety. The FPV keeps a perfect line, closing the distance and striking with precision right at the rear. For a moment, nothing happens, and then a powerful secondary blast rips through the tank as its ammunition detonates. Fire bursts from the hatches, smoke rising high into the sky. Within seconds, the massive machine becomes a burning wreck, proof that no armor can withstand a direct hit from a skilled pilot. This part shows the precision strikes on enemy shelters hidden across the tree lines. You can see how drones approach from low altitude, carefully maneuvering through narrow gaps between branches. Each operator controls their FPV as if guiding it by hand, keeping the view steady, focused on the target. The shelters seem quiet at first. No movement, no sound, and then a flash fills the screen. The charge hits perfectly, cutting through the cover, followed by a column of smoke and fragments thrown high into the air. Moments later, another drone repeats the same maneuver on a nearby position. You can see how reconnaissance coordinates the timing, one strike after another, all precise, all clean. From above, it looks surgical, almost mechanical, as if the battlefield itself is being erased piece by piece. The control, the patience, and the experience of these pilots turned every engagement into a calculated sequence. There's no guesswork, only observation, correction, and perfect execution. In this sequence, the drones hunt for enemy vehicles scattered across the front. Trucks, armored carriers, and transport vans move slowly along broken roads, unaware that they are already being watched. The first FPV races in low, skimming the ground before striking the lead truck. A single flash, and the frame shakes from the impact. Seconds later, another vehicle is hit, the explosion throwing metal into the air. You can see how the operators keep full control. Every movement is deliberate, short bursts of speed, careful corrections, and then one clean hit. The pattern repeats. One drone hits the convoy, another tracks the aftermath. Smoke fills the horizon while burning engines mark the road below. What used to be a supply route now turns into wreckage and fire. It's another reminder that even heavy armor or distance no longer guarantees safety once the drones are in the sky. Next comes a series of hits on enemy vehicles, trucks, armored carriers, and supply transports caught in motion. Drones close in fast, striking engines, turrets, and fuel tanks. Each explosion marks another target neutralized. You can see fragments flying in every direction, the smoke columns rising higher with every hit. The operators maintain calm precision, working as if on a training ground, though every shot is real. This is how mobility turns into vulnerability. Every moving vehicle becomes an open target once a drone spots it. The final shot in this compilation shows a single missile strike, one precise hit that destroys an entire bridge. The FPV drone flies straight and fast, hitting the center span with perfect accuracy. The explosion splits the structure in seconds, sending debris into the water below. It's not just destruction, it's a clear message. Supply lines, roads, and crossings are no longer safe. One shot, one bridge gone, and another reminder of how much power a single strike can carry. That's all for today's footage. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to support the channel. Hit the like button, subscribe, and leave a comment below. Your activity helps us grow and create more content from the front lines. Stay tuned, new episodes are already on the way.